Today, I want to shed light on a topic that affects us all, yet remains largely hidden from plain sight: money laundering. And I also want to talk about the efforts to combat it, known as anti-money laundering, or AML. Now, at its core, money laundering is the process of concealing the origins of illegally obtained money, typically passing it through a complex sequence of banking transfers or commercial transactions. The process, however, aims to make the illicit funds appear legitimate, and this allows the criminals to enjoy their ill-gotten gains without raising suspicion. However, behind the financial complexities lies an untold human cost. Money laundering fuels organised crime, such as drug trafficking, human trafficking, migrant smuggling, the illegal wildlife trade. It funds terrorism and corruption, and ultimately that leads to devastating consequences for individuals and communities around the world. It perpetuates violence, it destabilises economies and undermines the rule of law. Innocent lives are lost, families are torn apart, and entire societies suffer as a result of this illicit activity. Now, let's break this process down into three basic stages. Firstly, there's the placement stage. Here, criminals introduce their dirty money into the financial system. This could be done through cash deposits, smurfing, where you break up large sums into smaller ones to avoid detection, or even through seemingly legitimate businesses. Secondly, we have the layering stage. In this phase, the ill-gotten funds are moved through a series of intricate transactions to ultimately obscure their origin. This might involve transferring money between multiple accounts, making investments, even engaging in international wire transfers to create distance from the funds from their criminal source. Finally, there's the integration stage. Here, the laundered money is reintroduced into the economy as apparent, clean, legitimate funds. Now, this might involve purchasing an asset, like real estate, a luxury good. It might involve investment in business, or simply depositing the funds into a bank account. Now, this does assume that all money laundering is in fact cash, and we know that's not the case. The emergence of cryptocurrencies and virtual assets mean that criminals are becoming more creative than ever, but ultimately their objective remains the same: to benefit from the proceeds of their criminality. Now, as alarming as money laundering may be, there is hope. Governments, financial institutions, law enforcement agencies all around the world are actively working together to combat this illicit activity through anti-money laundering measures. Now, these AML efforts involve implementing strict regulations and procedures that allow us to detect, prevent, and report the suspicious activities within the financial system. These measures include customer due diligence, transaction monitoring, and of course the reporting of suspicious activity reports to the regulatory authorities. In addition, we've seen a lot of technological advancement, such as artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and all of these are being leveraged to enhance effectiveness of AML efforts, making it increasingly difficult for criminals to exploit the financial system undetected. Now, in conclusion, money laundering is complex, it's pervasive, and it creates a problem that poses a serious threat to the integrity of our financial system and society as a whole. However, through concerted efforts, the implementation of robust AML measures, and of course education, we can work towards a future where illicit funds have no place to hide and the untold human cost of money laundering can be mitigated.